Greetings, peace be with you. So, in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 quick productivity tips for maximum achievement. And we really have to start with a context to what productivity actually means to you. Okay, just to make sure that we're talking about the same thing over here. Because many times, in my experience, I have confused activity with productivity. And those two are definitely not the same because productivity is about getting things done, not only getting things done, but getting the right things done. I can go and get a lot of emails done, I can go and get a lot of admin work done, but productivity is about accomplishment, it is about results, it is about outcomes. And so many of us on this personal development journey, really the one thing that we're missing is the ability to be productive, right? The opposite of productivity is procrastination. And that is when there is a gap between our intention, what we say we're going to do, what we want to do, and our action, what we actually do. And the more that we can narrow that gap between what we know we're supposed to do and what we actually do, the more we close the gap between who we are and who we know we are capable of being, right? And this eternal struggle that I think about, and you've probably heard me mention as well, it's like we already know everything. You already know everything. Everyone who has access to the internet has access to all the information. So the problem is really about getting ourselves to do what we need to do. And when it comes to productivity, so many of us start by thinking about time management. They're like, I'm not good at time management. I don't have the time to do this, right? But at the end of the day, time is the only thing that you have to some extent, right? And if you don't have time, then what do you have? Because that's really the one common denominator between all of us, right? So rather than starting with giving you time management tips, it's so important to first and foremost master your attention. Okay, you are either distracted, meaning you are off track from your goals, or you are in traction towards your goals. And really, it's about having an awareness of where you are giving your attention, because so many times I've noticed in myself to be scrolling mindlessly, seeking out that next dopamine hit, to be escaping with food, like not really having the awareness to know where my attention is, and as a result just distracting myself from what I know I'm supposed to be focusing on, right? So attention is something that is being leveraged in the attention economy as well. It's a multiple $1 trillion company at this time. I mean, at this point, I'm also part of that economy. You're watching this video right now, but everything around us is vying for our attention. And it is our duty and obligation and responsibility to maintain a keen awareness of where our attention is actually going, right? Because if you're feeding your attention to stuff that is negative, to stuff that is encapsulated by fear, to stuff that does not serve your highest potential, to stuff that is about drama and gossip, then that is exactly what will grow in your life, right? Your attention is like the water hose and your mind is like the garden. So wherever you put the attention, wherever you water the garden in your mind, that is what will grow. Whatever you give your attention to, that is what will grow in your life. So it's so important now more than ever before to be conscious of what and where we give our attention to, right? So important. And just maintaining that keen awareness is the first quick tip, right? Now, the second quick tip is about managing your energy. Now, there are so many videos on this channel you can look up on YouTube as well, but ultimately, it's like if you don't have the energy to get out of bed in the morning, then it is very difficult for you to be productive, right? In the same way, someone can be dedicating 100 hours per week to something, but if they don't bring their best energy towards that activity, then it's very difficult to actually get the most out of it. I'm sure that you've experienced a situation whereby you're in flow, whereby you're in your element, whereby you're focused, whereby you're lasered in, and that 1 hour that you bring that energy, you get more done than 5 other hours that you're just distracted and that you're not really there, right? So that's the power of bringing our attention is our cultivation of energy to the point where we are able to bring that attention and focus it where we want to focus it, and really bring our best to the activity that we are engaged in right here, right now, so that we can truly make the most of our time, right? And then third quick tip is really about mastering our time. Only after we master our attention, only after we master our energy, do we understand time to be the backdrop against through which we work, right? So it's like we try to manage time, but that's impossible because the clock is always ticking, right? This mechanical time that we have invented that was only been in use for the last 200 to 300 years, which wasn't in use for thousands of years since the dawn of civilization, right? It's very effective. It's very useful to coordinate activities, to coordinate meetings, to see what events took place in relation to other events. But at the end of the day, like mastering your energy and mastering your attention come before you should master your time, okay? Because with the industrial age, we had a concept of the more time that we spend in the factory, right, pressing buttons, the more time that we spend in the factory, the more income that we would generate. But we are no longer living in the industrial age, right? Because then after the industrial age was like the time economy, whereby we would lock in and sign into our office jobs and then sign out, and that is still a custom today. But now we are transitioning actually to the knowledge economy, where it is less about how much time we give something and much more about the results that we create through our investment of time and our investment of energy and attention into the time that we have, right? Because we all have the same time. So it's more about managing our attention and our energy during the time that we have that makes all the difference between the person who's crushing it, between the person whose life is firing on all cylinders, from the person who just does not actually have the results in his life, right? So those are the three golden treasures that we all have. And it is so important for us to have a consciousness and awareness around where we are giving these three most important resources to, and whether they align with our values, with our intentions, and with the highest expression of who we are here to be. Okay, now if these are three aspects that you do not currently have an awareness on, and you are someone who is committed to investing in yourself and growing and joining a community of like-minded individuals that will hold you to a higher standard, as we go through 30 days of daily missions to get an awareness of where our time goes, to maximize our energy and to master our attention so that we can bring it where we want, when we want, for however long that we want, and focus on what will actually move the needle in our lives, which is this 30-day roadmap, which I call the monk mode challenge. Okay, every single man that has gone through this challenge has seen remarkable objective results, because we have an assessment on day number 1, we have an assessment on day number 30, and objectively across the board, every single man that has gone through this challenge. And I say that because not every single man that invested in this challenge actually went through it. But if you are someone who is committed and ready and willing to elevate your life and create massive momentum for the year 2021, then you can open up a new tab in your browser window, go to monkmodechallenge.com and join us over there, because this is going to be an incredible journey of self-illumination, where I'm guiding you on this journey to get internal clarity that you can use to bring focus to in your external world as well, right? Once you're clear on who you are, what you stand for, right, where you are going, only then can you actually stop procrastinating, because you actually have something to focus on. And that is a large part of the monk mode challenge as well. Okay, so you can learn more by clicking the link in the description. You can open a new tab in your browser window, go to monkmodechallenge.com. But whether you decide to join us there or not, I hope to continue serving you in any way that I can. And remember that your energy, your attention, and your time are the three most important resources in your life, and it is your responsibility to truly make the most of them so that you can truly make the most of yourself in greatest service to the world. Now, with that all being said, I'm going to leave you in the peace and power of the one infinite creator, and I'll catch you in the next one. Much love to you. Take care.